Go with the buttery nipples.
Hello, everybody. I tried to time that perfect. We were talking about buttery nipples, and there's our demonetization. So on our non-monetized channel. Anyway,
it's a cocktail. It's a cocktail.
It's a cocktail. Right. Yes.
Perfectly family friendly.
Absolutely. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Dungeons and Drams. I am Bill, your DM, and I want to introduce you to everybody else tonight. So, Ed, why don't you start us off?
Hello, my name is Ed, and I am playing the halfling douchebag, fighter, Agnomeio Banderas. And tonight I am drinking Pierce Irish Whiskey Distiller's Choice. Right now, actually, I put it on the rocks, but then I've got a couple other Irish whiskeys for later.
Nice.
Yeah, it is St. Patrick's week after all.
Absolutely.
I would have thought of that about 30 seconds ago.
Molly, what are you up to today?
Well, hi everyone, I'm Molly. I play Daffy Sage Blossom, who is a wood elf paladin, and this evening I've got this lovely coconut to drink. It's got some sort of description on the back talking about sandy beaches and a waterfall, and we've got a snowstorm coming tomorrow, so I was like, I want to be mentally somewhere tropical.
I like it.
I'm done with the snow.
Yeah, it's too damn cold today. Like it's only like 30 something, but it's 34 right now, but it's windy and it just sucks. I don't know. And
after several like almost spring-like days, It's kind of really disorienting to go back into the winter.
Yeah, I'm not loving it. So Jason, how about you?
What's up, everybody? I am Jason C. I play the Dark One, Alessio Morte, the Rogue. And today I'm also kind of joining the Irish whiskey theme with Ed. So I have one of my Redbreast PX finish.
There you are.
Still Irish whiskeys, which is I think one of the better releases that Redbreast has put out recently. So
I might join you with that one in a little bit. Actually, I have that behind me. Yeah. I don't know. It's tough. I drink the Redbreast 12 cast strength, and even though it's not, I know what you mean. It's one of the better releases, but like, I just want that all the time. The 12 cast strength is hard to look past. I actually had to hide the box behind the other ones, so I would stop just picking that. So.
There's some to be said about those older batches too, which I have a couple left. But I was not a fan of the small batch cast strength. I thought that was definitely a younger whiskey in there, and I was not a fan of the Kentucky Oak. Was fine. Mm-hmm. It is what it is, but I miss the sherry influence in it, which I think is what makes Redbreast Redbreast.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, that bright red fruit. Yeah. No, I brought one of the older 12-year cast strengths over to a game night the other night, and we just killed the bottle just because everyone loved it, even people who weren't big whiskey drinkers. So, yeah.
Yep.
Cool. Hey, Clifton. Nice
Hello.
To see you, Messiah.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Oh, yeah.
I'll bow down to Messiah.
There we go. My name's Clifton. My channel is Bourbon Bites. Today, I wish I would have thought about the fact that it's St. Patrick's Day. I was like, what should I drink? I just like, oh, what am I wearing? Oh, Still Austin. So I grabbed some Still Austin. I got their regular bourbon and their cast strength, depending on what we're up against tonight. So we might switch over to that one.
Excellent.
But yeah, also want to do some patron shout outs, shall we? I want to give a shout out to our friends Mike, Adriana, Steve, Tony Two Toes, EJ, James Taylor, David, Gavin, and the latest patron is Martin. So Martin is at our Hero of the Realm tier, so he gets access to a lot of fun things like our behind the scenes, lore, maps, fun stuff like that. Stuff that we're not privy to because Bill likes to hide them from us because he doesn't want to spoil anything for us. So if y'all want to get into that, check out patreon.com/Dungeons and Drams. And thank you to all the amazing patrons.
Yeah, thank you guys. Nice. Yeah. And thanks, Martin, for joining.
Real quick before we get into tonight, speaking of Dungeons and Dragons, I don't know if you guys know what's his name, the actor Joe Manganiello.
Magliano. Something like that.
So the guy is in he's been in a bunch of stuff, but I think he was in Magic Mike, and he was the vampire guy in he was the werewolf dude in True Blood. That's it.
Okay.
He's a huge D&D fan, and he actually plays a bunch of games. He's been on Big Bang Theory. He's played, him, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and Kevin Smith were all playing. There's a video out there. I saw it. I'm not sure if I saw it on YouTube or Instagram, where he had this giant, like, custom-made Dungeons and Dragons table made just for him. Yeah. So if you guys definitely go check it out, because the table is freaking epic. I mean, the types of the guy made it. He used different types of grains and colors. I mean, it looks like you're looking at an above picture of like a D&D map. There's
That's really cool.
And land and ice, and it's crazy, crazy cool.
I think if I remember correctly, he also got like a life-size statue of the Lady of Pain from.
Oh, nice.
Did he really?
From the what was it? The City of Doors. I think he got a whole statue of her for his game room. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
That is really cool. Actually, the company that makes a lot of those tables is called Wormwood Gaming. It might not be the one that made his, but it probably is. And they are in the town next to where I grew up. It's actually I keep wanting to be like, if this channel ever kind of gets a bit bigger, I want to go there and like film and check the whole place out. I think it'd be really cool. But Taunton, Massachusetts, I never thought I would see the name of that small little city on anything important. So I was very surprised. But as far as drinking, so I am drinking some beer tonight from Treehouse Brewery, Massachusetts. Anybody who lives in the even remotely area will know Treehouse. We drove over there just the other night, and such good beer. This one in particular, I don't know, something about stone fruits. It's actually only 5.5%, so going a little light this time. I might have to chase it with a whiskey. We'll see. We'll see how much of a challenge you guys give me. So nice. And then unfortunately, Adriana can't join us tonight. She is doing science, and
she's in the chat though.
Oh, she's in the chat. Oh, fantastic. Oh, there she is. Nice. She says, "Please don't kill Booker." So no promises, but we'll see.
We'll protect Booker at all costs, and she does blind you with science. Yes, she does.
She does. She also did really, really well on Matt Madness the other day. So did you, Jason?
Oh yeah, missed by like 1.
Yeah.
Or something. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I did not do well.
I purposely omitted that part. I did not do. I did very middle of the road, but I was only in the qualifiers, so I'd say I didn't do that well. So we'll see. Anyway,
it's hard, man.
It is very hard.
I gotta keep my streak going now that I got past the first round finally. So
nice. Your one streak.
I'm out for blood this year. I want it bad.
I like that.
Nice.
All right, everybody. So let's go ahead and give a little recap of what happened last time, because boy, things are chaotic in Helixia. So, when last we saw our adventurers, they went shopping. They visited an armorsmith, a weaponsmith, and a magical item store, and they picked up a few items, including a shield of the Umber Hulk that was crafted from the carapace of the recently defeated creature, a dragon tooth splint armor set and I believe, Ed, you ended up taking that for your character. Might be a little small. I believe you referred to it as being kind of a dragon tooth bikini on your current size character. And a couple of serpent bows of the UNT, which are serpent-shaped bows that also have kind of a stabbing end, so you can use it both in melee and range. At the magic shop, Alessio spoke with Elshu, where he handed over the magical orb acquired within the Mistscale's lair, and in turn was promoted from a Whisper of Berkoth to a Shade of Berkoth, and all of the boons that come along with that. He was also taught how to summon a raven as a familiar. Which, did you end up settling on a name for your raven? I know you threw out a couple of different names there, Jason.
Yeah, I was messing with a couple different names, but I do think I what did I land on? I think out of the 2 that I picked, I liked. I believe I went with. I'll look it up. Keep going.
Yeah, no problem. All right, so to be determined. They crossed the city and hid from the priestess. While transacting, a woman with snakes coming out of her hair, purplish scales, and the lower body of a snake approached the market in search of the group. A brilliant distraction by Agnomeio and his bag of pork was enough to allow the group to escape unseen. They crossed the city and hid from the priestess, only to return once more to the market and begin speaking out against Thorek to try to stir up a revolt, something that seemed very strange to those in attendance. This time, the group did not notice Priestess Atshi approaching from behind them and encircling the group with her malisons. Leading them, they then led them back to the Temple of Tongues for a conversation. And that's where we're going to rejoin our group tonight. Did you end up finding the name there, Jason?
Nightwing.
Nightwing. Excellent.
Yep.
Dick Grayson.
Yeah. Right.
Basically, I was going to maybe name him Neil after my favorite drummer Neil here. That would be
that would have been a good idea.
More gooder name. Let's go with Neil. I think I like Neil better.
Neil? Okay.
I think Nightwing. Everyone of those think of Robin. So I'm going to call my Dark Raven Neil.
No, that's actually very cute. I like
it. Nice. So give me just a moment. The VTT, of course, as usual, is not cooperating. So while that's figuring itself out, does anybody have anything good coming up for Irish Whiskey Month or anything else like that?
Well,
or what are you guys reviewing this upcoming week?
Friday is the long St. Patrick's Day over on the Rock Gut Review, the official return of proper actual Rock Gut Review content.
Yes.
So 4 o'clock Central Time on Friday. I'm going to be cooking. My old man has decided that he's going to bring over the uke and we're going to sing Irish songs while I'm cooking. So that's going to be that stream.
Very cool.
Yeah. Oh, and then the next day we're playing music over at the distillery I work at, Dog and Shrub in Lake Mills. So if you're in Wisconsin, come on by 3 to 6. We'll have music and 2-for-1 drinks. So
nice.
There you go.
2 for 1.
Yeah.
Man, that
tomorrow.
Would be fun.
Tomorrow, be on the lookout for my my. There's going to be something announced tomorrow from Jack Daniels, and I'll have a exclusive first review of it that'll drop tomorrow once the embargo lifts. So
beautiful. That is exciting.
Yeah, for my stream this week, I'm doing another flight of Irish whiskeys I've never tried from our good friend Tony Bag of Donuts. Last year I did something similar with 4-leaf whiskey. It was a lot of fun getting to try some like rarer releases, so I'm really excited to try some new Irish because I feel like Irish, it doesn't get enough love. I feel like I don't buy much Irish. I feel like it's just kind of a category that a lot of people forget, and I'm excited to try some new stuff.
Completely agree with you.
It doesn't get quite as much love as bourbon, but I will say it has grown so much even in like the last 3 years. It is wild.
Yeah, I mean, folks that follow like the growth, like I'm always looking at numbers and stuff, and as fast as American whiskey has grown, and it seems like it doesn't stop growing. It's not so much that it's growing, it's people just keep putting out new brands with different source whiskeys in it. Whereas Irish whiskey is literally the fastest growing segment in the world. The amount of distilleries that have opened in Ireland have been incredible. So the fluctuation of flavor profiles now, we're starting to see like a range, kind of like a Scotland to Scotch type thing. We have Northern Ireland, Southern Ireland, Culloden, Short Cross, all these different and smaller type of Irish distillers just doing incredible stuff. So
have you guys had Limavady yet? Because the Limavady single malt is freaking awesome. Me and Erica had that the other day, and it is bonkers.
I will have to keep an eye out for that one because it's tough. If it doesn't come around here, or if it doesn't just reach my ears, sometimes it's hard to know because we don't get all the best stuff up here in Massachusetts. So, but we do tend to get a lot more Scotch than say some of you guys actually, even just over in the middle of the country. Or Clifton. I don't even know what you guys get over there. Oh my gosh.
Edges of
the edge of civilization over in California. All right, everybody. So we're back with the VTT here. So thank you for being patient. All right. So we return to our adventurers, being escorted through the front doors of the Temple of Tongues. As you enter the temple, you pause as it takes your eyes a minute to adjust from the bright light outside. Inside this temple, there are no windows, and the only light is from a multitude of sconces that are burning oil and kind of decorating all of the walls, giving a pale yellow light to the interior of this temple. It's lighting up the ornate floor and the much trampled green carpet that is stretching in front of you. As you look ahead of you, you see a stone, looks like probably an altar, and behind that is Priestess Atshi. Another thing that you notice is that the air here smells of both rust and alcohol. And you feel yourself being pushed a bit, not threateningly, but encouragingly by these Malisons. And they're kind of pushing you towards the altar.
Okay.
Do we notice the blood that looks like it's on the altar?
That's the first thing I noticed.
I would say you probably do.
Yeah, that's definitely a sacrifice situation happening over there.
Oh, for sure. In the, well, I guess we'll just kind of move ahead there.
Walk on up to the blood-stained altar.
Yeah.
So the Malisons, they push you again. They push you again, and they say, "You should feel lucky that the priestess wants to meet with you. I would have cut your tongue out for claiming to speak for Helix." So I'm going to control TaLin tonight just because she's not around. I'll mostly keep her out of... if there's combat, she won't participate, just so you guys can count on that in some way, shape, or form. I don't want to necessarily kill somebody else's character.
That is fair.
Yeah.
I did want to ask, there seems to be steam or mist or something...
Yes.
...coming out of two large...
So there are behind Priestess Atshi, there are these two orbs, and they are basically, think of them like diffusers. They are spewing a grayish colored smoke. Doesn't look like what you've seen previously from Thorek with the yellow mist. It's something different, but nothing strikes you as strange about it other than that they're there. Or unusual, I should say. They're like something that you would see in a temple.
So it's some medieval potpourri type situation.
Exactly. Okay. Yes.
As a boy who grew up very Catholic, with the censers, the priest walk around with.
That's kind of the word I was looking for, and I couldn't think of it. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. It's along the same line. So, Priestess Atshi says, says, Salazar, come here. Tell me, I'm curious. I was speaking with Isissa and Masi at the gates, and they said that you're from the floating city of Volantis. I find this very strange. Tell me more about this.
That was going to come back to bite me. Well, who are you to ask where I'm from? Your people obviously know me. I've been praised since the moment I walked in here.
Dude, you coming at her like that? Okay.
Make
I have an answer to her question. I don't know what to say.
All right, let's do this. Make a deception roll for me real quick with disadvantage.
Dang.
Why disadvantage?
Because you're in her house.
He said it so confidently.
Oh no.
That's not good.
So you got a crit fail for 2. So needless to say, she's not buying it. And she says, "You would be wise to mind your tongue. You are within my walls now, and I do not believe you to be this messiah. Your slave here announced that you are here to emancipate the slaves." And she looks at you, Agnomeio. "What did you mean by this?"
She's asking you, I said we're going to emancipate the purebloods. You see, the pure, as we all know, the greatest form of snakery is that which wiggles on its belly, and here you are bowing to some wiggling beast of a dragon. How can this be? Truly, the snakes should rise up. Praise be to the Messiah, Salazar.
We do not worship the dragon. The dragon is merely a means to an end. He is not here for any reason other than to aid in the return of Helix. Salazar.
How do you know he's returning?
Sorry, what?
I said, and how do you know he's returning anytime soon?
Well, if you are truly a Malison and worshipping Helix, you are the Messiah. How could you not know that he is returning? Tell me, Salazar, what tasks did you complete to become a Malison and earn Helix blessings?
Oh boy.
I'm gonna turn back to my friends and be like, these guys know, they were there the whole journey. What tasks did we complete, guys?
Well, you killed that one guy, the big guy. He was
very majestic,
huge and tough and strong.
Absolutely.
Not as handsome as you though, but Master.
Of course.
No.
Yes.
Tell me of his death. How did he die? What was he?
He was actually an owlbear that we destroyed and took him on ourselves and saved a young child from his.
No, we ate the child. We sacrificed him to Helix, right? Remember?
Don't.
We saved
Unnecessary
the child
detail.
from the owlbear to sacrifice him.
Right. We're not gonna let an owlbear eat a baby that we could sacrifice to Helix because we're bad guys, right?
Real bad.
Yeah. Super bad.
All right, I'm gonna give you either one. All right, Salazar, I would like you to make a persuasion roll with advantage because Agnomeio is helping you.
Okay.
Although I will.
23.
All right. Well, you rolled a 1 and a 23.
Oh, I saw that.
All right, give me just a sec here. I wasn't expecting to actually have to roll against it, but 23 is pretty good. All right, for the moment, she's at least still buying your story a little bit. She says, so you killed an owlbear, and you murdered a child in the name of Helix. Tell me more.
Oh, yeah, but... Yeah,
how did you kill him?
The child or the owlbear?
The child.
Oh. Well, we have an altar just like the one in front of us back in our village, and we used a
village. You said that you were from a city floating in the sky.
City, yes.
Our
city.
Interesting.
Well, it's a village within the city.
Right.
It's a subdivision, right? It's a cul-de-sac.
Yes.
It's a cul-de-sac.
In the burbs of the floating island.
I see. Salazar, I will tell you I don't believe a word you're saying. However, you can prove yourself to me. Walk this way with me. And she starts heading over to the right here, past one of the Malisons. And she steps over. Are you going to follow her or no?
Yeah, I'm gonna look around nervously to my friends, but then I'm gonna put on an act and buff out my nipples, obviously, and just walk towards her, very godlike.
All right. So, what are the rest of you doing, or what are you commanding your slaves to do here, Salazar?
Oh, me? Oh,
yes. Should they follow you? Should they stay? What are you telling?
I think that they should try to follow me and see if they get kind of stopped. I would say if they want to.
Yeah. Okay.
You guys do you.
Sure.
Trundle.
I feel like we should kind of just keep an eye on her servants to make sure there's no funny business.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
That is fair.
So, as they start following, the Malisons stay close to them, but they do allow them to follow you. Priestess Achi points ahead, and she says, in front of you are 4 slaves. 4 slaves who, luck would have it, are here to help in service of returning Helix to our world. Sorry, give me just a sec here. This thing is driving me crazy. All right, there we go. So the 4 slaves who have been put here to assist in the return of Helix to this world. I would like you to assist in this. And as you look over, you see 4 people up against the wall. 3 of them you don't recognize. However, one of them is very familiar to you. You see McShweta in restraints up against this wall. And along with McShweta, Along with Mixshweta are 2 Goliaths and a small gnome. This gnome is dressed in what you would say jungle attire, mostly made of leaves. It's got a little hat. The 2 Goliaths are stripped mostly without clothes. However, doesn't necessarily look like that's bothering them too much. There's one who's a very large female and another who's a very large male. And she says, I would like you to assist. Prove to me and to Helix that you are who you say you are. I would like you to, and Knobolas, I'd like you to roll a d4, please.
Oh, you're not going to tell me? You're just going to make me roll?
I'm going to make you roll a d4.
Okay.
I bet anybody... Oh, it's a number 2. All right, so she points at Mixshweta.
No, Bill.
She's the second one from the top. It's not my fault.
Oh, man.
So she says...
Guess some snake people going to have to die.
She says, Salazar, if you look towards the side of the pool here, which, as you're approaching it, it is very clear that this is a gigantic pool filled with blood. However, typical blood would coagulate. So something is keeping this blood from clotting, and it's keeping it a liquid. She says, go to the side of the pool here, and you'll find 4 levers. I would like you to flip the second one. Let's give Helix a little bit of this creature's pain. So she's pointing up towards here.
I don't flip switches. I don't know what they do. What do you mean by give it some of Helix's pain?
Well, either you go see, or we have a problem.
Oh, damn.
Why is this on me?
Because you announced yourself as the Messiah.
Let's murder. I'm ready to go. Let's kill these sons of bitches. Let's save Mixshweta. Come on.
As a Messiah, I don't blindly trust other humans or whatever you are. I only listen to Helix. So either you tell me what that switch does, or we will have a problem.
So she points to the contraption that's behind all 4 of them, and it basically looks almost like a sled, but there are some bands strapped around each member's chest and their legs. There's some heavy chains kind of rising from the top of this vertical sled, and you see a hinge down by their feet. And she says, if you do not pull the lever, I will instruct my slave here to pull them all.
Oh.
I don't know why you have such a hesitance. This is something that could elevate you in the eyes of Helix.
Well, typically, when I worship Helix, I sacrifice only the most innocent. These all look like evil, vile creatures, so I just don't see why we're torturing them. It just doesn't make sense to me.
She looks at the gnome. And she says, how about the gnome? The gnome is clearly not an evil, vile creature. Perhaps vile, but certainly not evil.
I just hate gnomes.
You hate gnomes?
You hate sacrificing gnomes. You just have a disconnect for it.
I was going to say, you're not talking yourself into a better situation here. No. I'm not torturing them because I hate them so much.
They're not worthy sacrifices, honestly. I mean, none of these look like worthy sacrifices. Why don't you sacrifice one of your slaves instead? They look very bodacious.
So
I'm looking at the
oh my god, we're gonna fight.
Is anybody else? Would anybody else like to say anything?
Please.
Have at thee, motherfucker!
All right, let's go ahead and roll for initiative. let me add you guys to.
You're saving that situation.
All right.
I waited as long as I could.
Oh my god. Okay.
Have at thee, motherfucker. All right, so Daffy and Alessio waiting on your initiatives.
Yeah, I'm just pulling it up here.
There
you go. It takes
nice.
Forever.
Yeah, it's taking a little while to load. So
is it? Yeah, something's going on tonight, but hopefully everything goes well. All right, so Agnomeio, tell me. So you're not going to get a surprise round because she was very clearly she was aware that something was going on. However, I will. I'm going to move you up slightly in the initiative order since you were the one that took the actual physical initiative. So you're going to be below Daffy at this point. So up first is the UNT Malisan that is down by you, Alessio. And he is going to... he is... Where the hell are my notes? All right, so this... Malisan, he's got a humanoid head and his lower body is that of a snake. So he is rising about 7 feet in the air. So he's definitely towering over you by at least a foot. He is going to lash out at you, Alessio, with his lower half and try to constrict you with his snake body. So let's go ahead and see how that goes. Oops. So does a 14 hit you?
I have 14 in my shield, so does that mean it hits?
Yep, so meet or beat. Wait, so you said 14 and your shield?
No, 14. Yeah.
Oh, 14. Okay, yes. So that's going to hit you. So it's going to do 8 damage to you. And you need to roll roll a strength saving throw for me, please. No, I'm sorry, we'll do that on your turn. On your turn to escape, you need to roll a strength saving throw of something in order to escape. So you take 8 damage. All right.
8 down.
Yep. So, and then he is going to bite you as well. No, I'm sorry. He's going to hit you with his scimitar. All right. Or not hit you with his scimitar. So as he's constricting you with his lower half, he goes and he actually takes his scimitar out of the sheath and is now kind of ready for the next round. All right. Up next is Daffy.
I don't know if I can do it in one turn if it's too far away, but I want to run over to the 4 individuals shackled over to the wall and try to free them.
Okay. So you're going to try to run over to... So you could certainly dash. Tell me, do you have a general plan of how you're going to release them or save them?
How are they like shackled to the wall?
So they are, think of Hannibal Lecter, kind of, except without the face mask. They're basically, they're almost like, vertically standing. Their chests and their legs are bound with leather bindings. So they are secured to this thing. They can't move, but it's not metal. And they are all on this like hinged table. Each one is separate, by the way.
Yep. Well, starting with McShweta, so obviously that's the priority, I want to try to use my my weapons to cut them free.
Sure. So I would say I don't think you can quite get there in this one turn. It's 75 feet away is McShweta if you were to trounce through the blood. But if you were going to go around, it'd probably be about 80, 90 feet.
Okay. And I think I've only got 35 feet movement, so double that, that's 70. Yes, I'll be just a little short. Mm-hmm. I'll give a reassuring shout like, I'm coming, guys, I'm coming.
So it's at this point, actually, you know what? Roll me a perception, Daffy.
Okay.
And, all right, so a 13. It's pretty dark in here. At this point, you can't see what I was hoping to give you. But,
what about vision?
Oh, yeah, that's true. You do. You know what? Yeah, I'll give it to you. That's fine. All right, so it's at this point that you notice that all 4 of these people have actually been very still. You don't see them trying to, like, fight at their bindings, despite the fact that you're all clearly in a battle with these UNT. And you notice that their eyes are kind of glazed white.
Oh.
Dear
God. I think they're under some spell.
Maybe
All right.
the Misty spell.
So go ahead and move yourself to wherever you'd like, Daffy, and then if there's anything else that you'd like to do with your turn.
Nope, I'm good. I just gotta figure out how much 70 feet is.
All right, Agnomeio, you're up.
All right. Well, it is time for you to taste the cold steel of justice.
Absolutely.
I'm going to rapier. Maybe not with that. 13 versus the priestess's AC, probably not.
Does not hit.
I didn't think so. Let us do it again. Yeah, that is better.
26, 26 will hit.
Very good. Very good. All right. Roll some damage. Comes out to 12 damage.
12 points of damage. Nice. All right. So she well, did you want to take any other you did your 2 attacks actually, so never mind.
I did my 2 attacks, yeah.
So as you come screaming, running towards her, have at the she reacts, and you miss with your first strike, but your second one catches her in the torso, and you shred a bit of a couple of her scales go flying into the pool of blood. All right. Up next is the UNT Malisan, who is again down near you, Alessio, a different one, and he's going to join his buddy here. This guy is going to make a so this guy, he looks a bit different. He is mostly humanoid, except both of his arms, starting at the shoulder, are just these clusters of writhing snakes. And he kind of holds them out towards you, and the snakes start to bite repeatedly towards you. So he's going to make 2 bite attacks at you, and let's see how he does. So a 23. That'll hit. 15 points of damage.
Jesus fucking Christ.
And then he's going to make another attack at you.
Oh, great. Yeah,
that one will miss. So the snakes kind of like, he gets several of them just embedded into your upper chest, and you feel their fangs sink into your skin. All right, up next is Priestess Achi. So she is going to all right, so first thing she's going to do is she's going to try to constrict you, Agnomeio, because she doesn't like that you're coming after her.
Yeah, that's fair.
Also, Agnomeio, roll me a sorry, not Agnomeio. Forget I said that. All right, so Priestess is going to try to constrict you, and she is going to hit for 20 for 13 points of damage, and you are considered grappled. Then she is going to use her scimitar on you. An 8 does not hit, which is good.
No, and in response to that,
yep,
I'm going to use my riposte, and
okay.
I will dodge out of the way and stab at her neck.
Sure.
What?
I did say grappled. I meant restrained, but like you can do stuff while you're restrained. You're totally fine. You could do that. So okay. So you're gonna riposte her scimitar.
Yes. Aha! Get some, skinny bitch. I mean,
nope, almost.
Didn't get some.
So you do notice she's not really wearing anything in the way of armor, but she does have these scales that seem to be protecting her to a degree. So you do kind of a riposte is basically like you block it and then you make an attack, right? Is that what that means? Yeah, okay.
Basically.
Yeah, okay. So you go to do that, and again, kind of swipe some of her scales off her body, but it doesn't damage her at all. All right.
Fair enough.
So that will be her turn for now. However, she is going to look over at the pure blood to the north of the blood pool, and she's going to say, Talash, pull the, let's see, 1d4. She's going to say, pull the 4th lever.
Oh no, the gnome.
At this point, you see the gnome. He starts to just barely tip forward, and it starts to accelerate, and his entire body goes under the blood. He is bound and tied, and he is currently drowning beneath the blood, and there's just no way he can get out. However, you also see he is not even reacting. He's not thrashing, he's not anything. If you didn't see him breathing, you would think he was not alive. All right. Up next, one of the Malisans. So, seeing that you are tied up, Agnomeio, this Malisan is actually going to go towards Salazar. Now, he looks, in this case, he's got the snake lower body as well, Salazar. And he is going to he's actually going to do 2 scimitar attacks against you. So he pulls both of his scimitars out of kind of these sheaths on his back. He makes 1 attack, a 23 will hit, and it's going to do 4 damage. And then he's going to take another attack with his other scimitar. 20 will hit for 8 damage. All right. And then he is going to kind of move a little bit more down to the south of you. So kind of giving the priestess a little bit of extra room. All right, up next is another Malison. So this guy was over to the side of the altar. Now he has a longbow, and he is actually going to... He sees you running, Daffy. He's going to take a shot at you with his longbow. Let's see how he does. A 14, I suspect, does not hit.
Does not hit.
So he actually gets 2 ranged attacks as part of his deal, so he's going to make another longbow attack. Assuming that I had given him any arrows. Jeez, come on, Bill.
Okay. Lost. Not an extra attack.
Right, yeah. So it takes him a second to find an arrow in his quiver, and he goes and takes another shot at you for another 14. Ah, terrible. You're just so quick, because you decided to dash. He just assumed you'd be running. He just totally misjudged you. All right, up next,
yeah, he did.
Alessio, you are up.
Well, I got 2 assholes to deal with here. So I'm going to use my Misty Step.
Yes, finally you did it. Like every time we get in a fight, I'm like, please use your Misty Step. Awesome, use your Misty Step. So excited for you.
Yeah, so I'm using my Misty Step. Do I have to do like a standard roll for it?
Nope, not at all. You just do it.
Okay, so
you Misty Step, and I believe it's 30 feet.
Yeah, so I Misty Step, and what I want to do is kind of sneak behind these guys, so they can't really see, where I am, and being snakes, I'm hoping that little bit of dust that surrounds me kind of gets in their sensitive snake eyes, and then as I get around them, I take out my Javelin of Lightning.
Ooh.
Just because I want to hit both of them as I'm getting behind them. I'm going to get behind them and use my Javelin. That's right, baby.
Okay.
So attack. Do I get advantage for that or no?
So if you were to teleport more close to the altar, then you could hit both of them from that angle. Where you are right now, you wouldn't be able to hit both of them. But you will have advantage on this, and you'll get your sneak attack.
Okay, awesome. All right, so let me get my Javelin of Lightning, do attack with advantage.
So a 14. So a 14 will hit both of them.
Okay.
Nice. So go ahead and roll damage.
Yep, let me roll my damage.
On a hit, the target takes damage from the javelin plus 46 lightning damage. So it should have rolled. So the first one takes 7 damage. Mm-hmm. Actually, they're both gonna. I think that's how it works, right? Each creature in the line, excluding you and the target, must make a DC 13 Dex saving throw. Okay, cool. So they need to make Dex saving throws. So both of them are going to take 7 damage, and then they both have to make a Dex saving throw. So I will do that. Cool. Javelin. First guy rolls an 8, so I'm sure that fails. Second guy rolls an 11, which I would guess that fails, right? Has a DC.
Also fails.
Awesome.
Yep.
So you're about to do a shit ton of damage. So first off, roll your sneak attack damage, and I will add that onto the 7 piercing damage that you just did.
Let me go I always forget where that is.
It's under features. It should totally not be under features, yeah, but it is.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, yeah, I always go onto like spellbook or effects for that one. But let me do my sneak attack.
Yeah.
Damage, normal. Okay.
Cool. Dice.
Boom.
All right, so you do an additional 21 damage to both of them, Now I want you to roll another 4d6 for the lightning damage because they both failed their saving throw.
Oh boy.
Oh, so just roll a standard d6?
Roll 4d6.
4 of them?
Yes. So you should be able to click the button 4 times.
Yep, got it. All right, roll. Here we go.
That's 1d6 plus 4. That's. Hold on.
Oh, I see.
Roll
Okay.
4d6. We'll just do this.
Yeah, just do that.
So you do an additional 13 damage to both of them. So.
Yeah.
Nice job. They are very hurt. Nice job. So you take this lightning javelin. Where do you keep your lightning javelin? I'm curious.
It's kind of on a diagonal across my back, so when I need it, I just kind of pull it.
Nice. Like I like to picture it's like a very short sheath because it's just kind of like as you pull it out, it gets longer and longer as a giant bolt of lightning. So you
it's
toss.
like one of those, it's kind of like if you picture like Darth Maul's lightsaber, the double end lightsaber.
Oh, love it.
It's kind of like small, but then when I'm ready to use it, like shing, like
perfect.
Both ends come out. Yeah.
Same here.
Of course, I was waiting for it. Awesome. So you take this lightning javelin off your back and you throw it and it crackles through the air as it pierces through both of them, specifically going directly through both of their hearts, doing just immense damage to both of them. They are, if anything, they are very deterred. These are creatures that want to live for a lot of reasons, so that may very well come into play. Anything else, Alessio?
No, I think I've gotten far enough away from them. We'll see what they do, but I'm going to stay where I am, kind of next to this stone tablet and behind the fire stones here. So
excellent. All right, Salazar, what are you doing?
All right. Well, I've just been observing everything going on around me, and I think the first thing I want to do is cast my Shadow of Moil. I think it's pronounced Moil spell.
Okay.
So this is, I'm able to do this because I bought that eyeball enclosed in a gem.
So since this is the first time that you're casting it, why don't you tell the audience kind of what it does?
Sure. So it causes flame-like shadows to wreath my body until the spell ends, causing you to become heavily obscured to others. The shadows turn dim light within 10 feet of you into darkness, and bright light in the same area to dim light. Until the spell ends, you have resistance to radiant damage. In addition, whenever a creature within 10 feet of you hits you with an attack, the shadows lash out at that creature, dealing it 2d8 necrotic damage.
Excellent. Nice. All right, so go for it and cast it. So you cast this spell at... Oh, that's weird. I had to roll.
I don't know.
Whatever. That it's just anybody that hits you will get 6 damage. It's just kind of making it easier for us. So you cast the spell and your entire body is enveloped in shadow, and you see these shadowy tendrils just kind of lashing out towards all of your enemies. The Malison, just to your south, is suddenly maybe rethinking whether you may or may not be the Messiah. What are you doing with the rest of your turn?
All right, I'm gonna move. So now that I'm enveloped in shadows, I assume I can move away safely, right?
Let me just double check. I believe so.
If not, he's taking damage either.
Become heavily obscured to others. So if he were to try to hit you, he would get disadvantage.
Okay, well I'm gonna move away from him, which means he's likely gonna try to hit me, right?
Mm-hmm. Where are you moving to?
I'm gonna move to the left.
Okay.
Well, I'm trying to get up close to this thing to investigate it and see what the heck is going on with this thing over here.
Okay.
You're gonna investigate during a fight?
I know, I love it. That's fine. Whatever. All right, so he is gonna make an opportunity attack with this scimitar against you with disadvantage. Because you moved away, he can't. Just give me a second. No, it's okay. I took care of it. Technology. All right. Even with no, that's not right. Hold on.
Disadvantage.
Yeah, that did say it. I held shift. Whatever. He rolled a 13 as his no, less than that. He rolled 5 plus. It doesn't hit you. So his disadvantage scimitar does not hit you, and you go over to the smoking.
Takes 6 damage because of my shield.
Doesn't he have to hit you?
No, it says. Let me double check. It says when they attack you. Let me double check.
In addition, whenever a creature hits you with an attack.
Okay.
Yep.
You're right.
Sorry.
Okay. Cool.
All right.
Yeah. Can I like investigate this? Like, can I like
sure
see what's going on here?
Yeah. So you get down close to the smoking little puff ball here, and you kind of smell it a little bit, and it's basically just kind of like an incense smoke, trying to maybe cover up the smell of blood and alcohol in here.
Damn. I could have sworn it had something to do with their glossy eyes, but oh well. That was my intention there. So, oh well. Guess I'll end my turn.
All right. So we're back at the top of the order here. The little gnome that tumbled into the water. Into the blood. He wishes it was water. So I'm going to make a Constitution save for him to see if he starts taking drowning, like damage from drowning. At the moment, he is okay. Pretty soon it'll be a problem for him. Okay. So up next is one of these UNT. So this is one that you just hit with your lightning javelin. He looks at the other guy. He looks down at his chest, and he sees that he just took an immense amount of damage, but he's not even bleeding. That lightning bolt basically traveled directly through him, just shocking. He does not know what happened, and he's going to attempt to run away. So you see him. He has 30 feet of movement. He is going to run down towards the front door here.
Okay.
So that is bites his legs off.
So he's going to run this way, and on his way out, he is going to take a longbow attack at you, Alessio. To just, I don't think he wants to necessarily retreat entirely, but he does not want to be anywhere near you. And in true fashion, he crit failed on his longbow. So as he's running, he tries to take the longbow kind of off his shoulder, and he drops it on the ground. He's fully demotivated with that natural one, and he will be trying to escape on his next turn. All right, Daffy, you're up. So you are about 5 feet away from this gnome who is now in the blood, actively drowning.
As he runs away, I just say, "Nice try, Cobra Commander. Take care."
So I have no idea if I can do this, but I want to see if I can cast the spell Command to wake up the people who are currently tied up and bound.
Okay. I believe Command is only for one character, right?
In this case, one creature. I'll do it for the gnome who is close to drowning.
Okay. So you're going. Command, so hold on, before you try to do that. So you're gonna try. Yeah. He won't be able to hear you because he's fully submerged in blood.
But what if I what if I jump right in and I try to pull him out of the water or the blood?
That would be a good first step. Yep.
Yeah. I'll start with that.
All right. So this thing is not hard to lift. It is truly made to basically tumble forward. It is intended, and you can easily see based off the fact that you are now waist deep in blood, this is meant to completely frighten somebody in the last moments of their life, as they drown in just viscous fluid. So you have no problem lifting this back out of the blood and kind of pushing it back up against the wall. I'll only make that take 5 feet of movement. It was very easy. And as you push him back against the wall, you see he's totally just comatose is the wrong word, but he's just staring blankly in space, and his entire everything is covered in this thick red, just ugh. And he doesn't even blink, and you see the blood just dripping like down his eyeballs and off his cheeks and everything. What would you like to do?
Lovely. So with command, so what I'm seeing here is I can speak a one-word command to a creature I can see within range.
Yep.
The target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or follow the command on its next turn. So I think I can use it to say awaken.
Yep. And he will. What is the DC on that? I'm guessing
DC is 14.
14? All right. 13. So. Oh, 15? Okay.
No, 13.
That's fine. He rolled a natural 1 on his ability, on his resisting of that, which was basically whomever put him under the spell. it was meant to be a long-lasting spell, so it's not meant to be messed with. It just lasts, and he easily overcomes it. As he starts to kind of shake out of this, he looks at himself and he just screams. He has no idea where he is, what is going on, or why he's covered in blood. And right now there's a giant lizard covered in blood about 5 feet in front of him. And I won't be able to do justice to what Ed does, but it sounds like Ed running from the cave crawler there, the cave fisher. Perfect. You still have like plenty that you could do with your turn if you'd like. So you've used an action and 5 feet of movement.
I want to calm this poor gnome down and just be like, it'll be okay. Just trust me. Stay out of the way here. We're gonna rescue you and everyone else who's tied up. So hopefully get the gnome off the side in a corner. And then, if I may, approach Miquetta and try to hack away at the leather bindings.
Sure. So just so you know, the gnome rolled a 20 on his insight, basically to see in the little bit of sanity he currently could muster whether he at least trusted you enough to not continue to flip out. With a natural 20, he actually kind of gets his faculties back and he realizes what's happening. He sees the battle all around him, and he will not have any negative effects from what just happened to him. If you were to, like, say, free him, he won't just stand there paralyzed in fear or anything like that. All right, so you run over to Miquetta. She's currently on the wall. She also has the glossed over white eyes, and she's bound with leather bands across her chest and legs.
Now, am I able to use that command again, or?
No, because that would be that's an action.
Okay. All right, I'll just wait until I guess I'll just I'll start to cut at the ties.
Perfect.
I don't know.
No, since it's not an attack against a creature that's not actively fighting against you, I'll let you be able to cut her ties using your bonus action. And as part of your turn, especially since you have plenty of movement left, you're able to cut through both of her bindings, but she is just standing there. In fact, there's like a big tendril of drool. It's like almost 6 inches long, and it's just kind of dripping from her mouth.
Lovely detail.
All right, Agnomeio.
Well, I will continue to bring justice to this horrid priest. First things first, I'm going to do the rapier because that's what I do.
Mm-hmm.
I like it, my brother, in rapier. Going old school. Going old school.
That's a 20. I'm guessing that's
a 20 will definitely hit.
All right. That's going to do 8 damage, but I'm also, as long as I'm here, I'd like to. I'm going to do a disarming attack, which I can add the superiority die to the roll, and then she has to do a DC 15. Oh, why did that roll? That's very weird. Okay, well, she has to do a DC 15 or else she drops her sword.
Strength saving throw. Got it.
Yeah, but more importantly, why didn't that do...
She rolled a 15.
Yeah!
All right, so she manages to keep her sword in her hand.
Yeah. But for some reason, I think it's just a D8, so I'll just roll a D8. So she takes...
an extra couple points of damage.
2 more damage. Not too much.
Sure.
But then I'm going to do it again.
Do it again.
Do it again. Piss.
Or not.
Oh.
There's a lot of natty ones tonight. Wow.
You know what?
I
really, really, really would like to kill her. So
do it.
Go for it. Nice. Risky whiskey.
Cheers.
Tis the riskiest whiskey.
Oh, damn it.
And she doesn't even have a very high AC, but I'll just rub that in a little bit. All right, so with the action surge. Nice. Try again.
I'm just gonna keep wailing on this lady. I'm just gonna keep just stabbing her.
No, you're not. Oh, yes, you are. Oh, you just barely hit her.
Thank God.
Go ahead and roll damage.
12 damage.
12 points of damage. All right. So, after struggling quite a bit, you go like wah, you finally get her.
It's like a Looney Tunes cloud, like the dust picking up.
Awesome. All right. Anything else that you'd like to do?
Nope, that is all my actions.
Okay.
That's all, and he used all of them.
I did.
All right. So up next is the UNT Malison, the first one that you hit with the lightning thing. So he did see his friend run away, and then he saw him take a shot at you. So instead of maybe joining him, he's like, oh, okay, he's gonna hit him from long range. All right, and he's gonna just dive back into combat with you. And he is going to make he's going to try to bite you again. This is the guy with the snake hands. He is going to miss his first. And then, so he's going to be like, with both of his hands. Wow, missed both.
He's probably got 5 of these based on past experience.
He is,
it's because I am a shade of Brakath now.
Absolutely.
Just matrixing.
I just like you did this.
Nice. So he runs up to you with his two arms of snakes, and he kind of just lashes out at you, and exactly like you said, you just kind of matrix around them, and no luck. The snakes actually fall kind of limp down, and they're just very disappointed in their master.
No one likes a limp snake.
Nobody does. All right, up next is Priestess Achi. And she says, she looks at you, Agnomeio, and she says, actually, yeah, you're a gnome. Okay, cool. So she is going to stick her hand out towards your forehead, and she's going to try to invoke a nightmare. So you need to make a intelligence saving throw for me, please.
Okay.
Oh, you just missed.
Well.
All right, so what happens here is, so she reaches her hand out towards your forehead, and this like purple kind of magical cloud kind of comes from your forehead into her hand, and she says, very interesting. And suddenly you see Catherine Zeta Gnomes in front of you, and she is as if she was truly there, and you see Priestess Achi strike into her stomach with her scimitar, and Catherine falls to the ground dead.
Catherine Zeta, no!
And you take 28 points of psychic damage.
Oh, geez, that
What?
struck me to the marrow.
And on a failed save, you take that much damage, and you're frightened of the manifestation. So not only was it horrible to behold, but you're going to have to spend your next turn dashing away from this whole situation as far as you can.
Wow.
And that will last for up to a minute. You're going to be afraid of this until either you get out of sight of her, or you save on your saving throw. It's a 13 intelligence save on your turn.
Oh boy.
All right. So, yeah, that's going to be her turn. All right. Up next is the Malison. So he is going to, let's see, he's going to go after Salazar. He's going to target you. And this guy is going to, oh, I'm sorry. He's not going to go right next to you. He's going to make 2 ranged attacks against you, Salazar. So he's going to back up a little bit in the light of the brazier. He's going to pull his longbow from his shoulder, and he is going to hit you for 9 damage. And then he's going to knock another arrow. 13? Does 13 hit?
Does not hit.
All right. He's going to knock another arrow, and this one's going to go a little wide. It's actually going to sail right into that little smoking puff ball behind you. And yeah, maybe knock the lid off of it. All right, and that will be his turn. Up next is this other UNT. He is actually going to run backwards towards, well, you guys don't know. He's going to run into an area of this temple that you have not seen yet, but he has disappeared. Alessio, you are up.
All right, well, since now that I know that these guys like to run a little bit, I'm going to go at this guy with my booming blade. So if he starts to run away after I hit him, he'll get to take on some more damage, and maybe I could kill him. So,
excellent.
Since he's right in my face, I'm going to grab my booming blade. My standard roll here.
Hey, Salazar. Make a roll a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
Did I do that wrong? What was that?
I don't think so. I think it just happens. Like you just cast it, but you did roll really bad on what the damage would have been. Salazar, you lost concentration on that spell that you had with the tendrils when you got hit by the arrow. Sorry. That was 150 gold well spent.
I didn't get to use any, no benefit whatsoever or whatever. It's fine.
Okay.
So when I clicked roll, it just said cast spell.
Yeah, that's because it's using one of your spell slots.
Oh, it's a cantrip. Okay, got it.
Yep. So you brandish the weapon, blah blah blah. Okay, on a hit, the target suffers the weapon's attack. Okay. So it looks like he takes 1 point of damage just from the initial hit.
Okay.
And then if he moves out of there, he's going to take another point of damage because unfortunately he rolled pretty crappy.
Yeah, that was a bad roll. Actually, you know what? Can I risky whiskey that one?
Absolutely. Yeah. Why don't you do that? And then also,
tonight,
I think you're actually supposed to, before you risky whiskey, to use booming blade, you're supposed to actually hit with your hit first. So it'd be like, oh, I hit him with my rapier and then I cast booming blade.
Got it. That makes sense. Okay,
so go ahead and attack him with your rapier, and yeah. You know what? I'll give you advantage on this one because you just destroyed his freaking everything with your lightning, and he's scared of you.
All right, I will attack. This is my I'm kind of in arms with my brother in rapier over there.
Yes.
From his point of view, you are a slave who just disappeared and threw a lightning bolt through his chest.
Yeah.
And a 12 will actually hit, believe it or not. So go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. Damage.
Basically, nobody in the city wears armor because they're all just
there. You go.
They're cocky. All right, so you do 9 damage to him plus an extra 1 damage from the booming blade, and he is on death's door at the moment.
Nice.
All right. Anything else?
No. Just gonna continue to see if this guy runs away or not, and hoping to get out of this so I can maybe go help my brother over there in rapier because he's mentally screwed up right now.
Oh yeah.
All right, Salazar, what are you doing?
All right, well, I'm looking at the priestess over here who has not only insulted my deity, but also attacked my friend Agnomeio. So I think I'd like to, you know what? I'm going to Eldritch Blaster, all the way.
Nice.
Both blasts.
Now, where does Salazar's Eldritch Blast come from?
Oh, they're back in the nips, for sure.
Excellent, because Salazar's got, a larger chest than most people have ever seen. So, packing some punch in those things.
Mm-hmm.
Just it keeps targeting on myself, so I'm sorry. Hold on. Okay, got it. All right, here we go. Let's go with the first one. Does that not hit?
A 10 does not hit, unfortunately. I'll just tell you at this point, she has an AC of 14.
Can I risky whiskey it?
Absolutely.
She has an AC of 14. Everyone's missing.
Oh man, we are not doing well tonight.
14. Does she?
So a 14 will hit. So you hit for 9, and you push her back 10 feet, I believe.
Yes. Ooh,
nice.
She's on the edge, right?
So she as you push her back, she stumbles backwards, and actually, I will say, she hits the lip of this pool, and I'm gonna make her roll a dexterity saving throw to see if she trips and falls backwards into the blood.
Oh.
She's able to stay on her feet. Mostly because it's towards the end of the 10 feet, and she kind of steps up onto it, but she is right on the lip of this thing.
All right, I got my second blast, so I'm gonna move a little bit more. I haven't moved yet. So.
I'm gonna give her the crane kick immediately.
Don't move directly in front of her like this. I'm gonna use my second Eldritch Blast.
Sweep the leg.
All right, a 22 will hit for 8 damage. So you do 8 damage to Priestess Atshi, and you push her back 10 feet as well. She let's see what happens. Let's make another dexterity saving throw. See how clumsy she may be.
7.
She's pretty clumsy. She falls backwards into the blood, and she is considered prone. She'll have to use half her movement to stand up, and any attacks against her, they would have advantage, except she is now under the bloody water. So I would say that would have given disadvantage. So anybody trying to attack her will just be a straight roll. But she falls back into the bloody water goo. And
if I wasn't having a nervous breakdown right now, I'd find that very funny.
Yeah, and she's like, she goes, I don't even know how would she even react to that? Just probably more just frustration. But she's not up yet. She's under the water, so you don't hear any reaction. What would you like to do, Salazar?
I'm just looking at my big black rod here, and I'm reading that it says I can regain 1 warlock spell slot as an action while holding the rod.
Yes.
Does that just give me that extra spell again?
Correct. That's what it's meant for. It's basically warlocks have a very small amount of spell slots, so it's meant to give you extras if that, it's an action though to do that. It's more meant to be like an in-between combat kind of thing, or if you really need it, you could use it as your action.
Okay, and I don't need it right now. Thank you for clarifying. So I think I'm just going to end my turn now.
Cool. All right, so up next is the fleeing UNT Malison. He takes a look at TaLin as he's running, because he didn't even know she was there. Booker gives him a little smile and snaps his jaws, and he keeps running out the door. And he is out of combat. All right. Up next is... Actually, the priestess is under the blood, so she cannot use her layer action, which in this case is to drop somebody else into the blood. So that was a very good move, Knobolas. Nice job. But Daffy, you are up.
Okay, so have I freed McShweta?
You have freed McShweta, but she is currently still just like zombified.
Okay.
And you did not free.
Right, I'll do another command. I'll do another command on McShweta and say awaken.
Okay. So let's see how she does. Yes, so she awakens and she looks at you. She's not covered in blood. Excuse me, but she has no idea where she is. But she does see you, Daffy. Oddly enough, she actually doesn't see Knobolas. Otherwise, that could have reacted a little different. But she does recognize you, Daffy, and she's free. And she, Daffy, where are we? And she kind of puts her arms around you a little bit, and she holds onto you really tight, like she's just scared. What are you doing?
I'm gonna comfort McShweta and be like, hey, I know you're probably really confused and scared right now, but we just got to take down these snake people thingies, and it'll be a-okay. Trust me. Okay.
So McShweta has joined the fight in some capacity. We'll see what happens with her. Cool. And actually, she'll go directly after you, Daffy, at this point. Is there anything else you'd like to do with your turn? You haven't really... Well, you used an action. And,
yeah.
All right.
Can I take another action and try to hit this,
You can't take another action, unfortunately, because you have multiple attacks, but only one action. It's more that you have multiple attacks as part of your action. If you have a bonus action something, but...
do I have a bonus action?
You have a couple.
But nothing that I really want to go with right now, so I'll just wait.
All right, fair enough. All right, up next is McShweta. So McShweta, she lets go of you, Daffy, and she's going to kind of like really delicately tiptoe about 5 feet over here to the person next to her, and she says, she looks back at you, Daffy. She said, should I free the big one? And she
I'll handle that.
She starts gnawing at the bindings on this large Goliath, and she's able to get through both of them within her turn. So now this other person is still comatose, but she is free. All right, Agnomeio, you're up.
So I believe I have to spend my
full action running. But first thing, make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Or is it? Yeah, it's probably wisdom.
Or was it intelligence?
I was just questioning that too because it's an intelligence. Yeah, almost nothing is intelligence, so I just guessed. Intelligence saving throw. You got to roll a 13 or better.
That actually helps me because I'm better at intelligence. Weirdly enough.
That is weird. All right, so actually you managed to break out of it entirely. I believe that'll be your turn, but you don't have to run away this turn.
Oh, okay. The illusion is broken.
The illusion is broken.
You do not mess with a man's lady love, or a man's man love. Don't mess with either of them.
She can't hear you. She's under the blood. But that was for you. It's okay. All right. Up next is the Malison that's right next to Agnomeio. So he is going to... He's looking around now, and he sees this, like, shock wave of just this purplish, weird energy around him. But he's going to still stick his little snakes through there. He's going to take the damage, I believe. I'll have to verify that while I'm rolling. But he's still going to try to attack you. So that's not going to hit. And what did that other one do? It kind of was... 22 will hit. For 11 damage. Alessio. So...
Oh, you said Agnomeio.
I did say Agnomeio, but I meant Alessio. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Okay.
So... If the target willingly moves 5 feet or more before then the target... All right, so it's not if he attacks. It's just if he moves. Okay, so he did 11 damage to you, and that will end his turn. All right, up next is the priestess. So she's going to spend her turn kind of... You see this just giant snake body. She's about 8 feet tall, and her tail kind of thrashing in the blood, and it's just flying everywhere, and she raises up from this blood, and it's just dripping down her. She's completely crimson and furious, and she looks at you, Agnomeio. Actually, no, I'm sorry. She's going to look at Salazar, because you just knocked her in there. And she is... Actually, she's going to look at you, and she's going to say, "Come join me." And she's going to cast Suggestion on you. And you need to make probably a wisdom saving throw.
Stay away from the pool.
Make a wisdom saving throw for you, for me, Salazar. Ooh, nice. All right, so she says, "Come into this nice pool. It's nice and warm. It's comfortable." And you're just like, "Nope." So,
Salazar, don't swing that.
No, not at all. She is getting increasingly frustrated with you. She's actually going to slither her way over to you so that she can kind of engage with you in the next... Actually, no, I'm sorry. She is not. She is actually quite hurt at this point. That didn't work. She is going to... Sorry, I'm just double checking to make sure this isn't... Oh, okay. I think she can do this as... Oh, it's an action. Shit. Okay, never mind. Nothing that she could do at the moment. She is going to... She's going to wander over towards Volok, which is the other Goliath here, the only one that hasn't been freed. And she's going to grab him by his chest band, and she's going to pull him into the blood. So he is now face down underwater, suffocating or drowning. And that will end her turn. All right. So the Malison... boy, this guy, where did he come from? I thought he was... Whatever. Okay, this guy is going to attack you, Salazar. He is going to make a longbow attack. It's the one down below to the south of you.
Glowy blue one?
Yep.
Oh, not him.
No, not the glowy blue one. He does not succeed on his first longbow attack, and he is actually going to run to the south, down to this door, and he's going to open the door and say, "Everybody, get out here! Help the priestess!"
No.
Oh, no.
No.
And
please don't.
You are going to see 4 new UNT come out here. However, they do look quite different than everybody else, and you notice one very key difference on them. each one of them has a blue sash around their waist. And you see one of them immediately start fighting with the guy who just opened the door. He is a kind of a blue shade of UNT. His scales are blue. He's very tall, lithe, and he's going to just get into combat with this UNT, and they are now preoccupied. There is another one. She has a very large build, and she is going to just charge into the blood towards the priestess. Another one who happens to be wearing just kind of a brown hat with like a big snake kind of wrapped around it. He's going to run over towards you, Agnomeio, and see how he can help. And then this other one starts singing loudly, and every one of you is going to feel yourself feeling invigorated, and you can all add a D8 to your next attack.
Ooh.
Oh, shit. That's fun.
These are the Raiders in their UNT forms.
Cool.
All right. Up next is, you don't know. There's one of these UNT that disappeared. He's off doing something. Alessio, you're up. The guy that's in front of you is, as I mentioned, he's very much on death's door. He has been abused quite a bit, but most of his damage is internal from the electricity.
Okay, well, I gotta try to finish this guy off because he's just pissing me off at this point. So I'm gonna take my rapier and do a little bit of an attack roll here. Come on.
Nice.
Yes!
Yeah.
All right, a 24 will definitely hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Yes.
And that will be enough. So you tell me how you kill this guy.
So I take my rapier and I basically take it and I just stab him right in the nape of his neck. And then I kind of cut down and I cut off his scale, his whatever that part of the friggin' snake
the hood.
is.
Yep.
The hood that comes off, and then so does the rest of his face just oozes out the side.
Nice.
Ooh.
So as he falls backwards, he also falls into your what is that called? The spell that you did? The
Booming blade.
Booming blade. So he falls into this like kind of just sonic boom around him, and the bit of his body that is left just starts exploding from harmonic resonance, just erupting his skin.
Anyone order steak soup?
Fantastic. So you still have more to do with your turn if you'd like.
Yeah, I actually want to. Let's see who's around here. That one guy's running out. He ran out. I'm actually going to head up north to see what is up behind that other area.
Excellent. As a quick aside, with that D8 that I gave you all, you can decide to use that after your roll. So if you rolled like a 12 and you're like, I think I could do better, you could roll the D8. All right.
So I just start making my way up towards the top here.
All right. So do you want to dash?
I'll do a quick dash. I don't have that much life left, so I just kind of want to be careful. I only have 9 hit points left, and I don't have anything to heal myself. So.
No problem. All right, Salazar, you are up. So
well, I'm not losing focus on the priestess here, so I think I'd like to go ahead and just do the same thing. I'd like to Eldritch Blast her again twice.
Excellent. All right, go for it.
All right. First one, 28.
28, that definitely hits for 14 damage.
14 damage plus my 2d8.
Plus your 2.
Oh, he's gonna add his D8 to the hit.
Well, no, sorry. The D8 is for the attack roll, not for the extra damage.
Well, never mind.
Yeah, no, yeah, I know what you mean. Okay.
Then
cool.
I'll go ahead and.
She is. Yeah, go for it.
Okay. 15. Does that hit?
A 15 will hit, and you do 8 points of damage to her. She is still alive.
Oh my god.
But barely. You can't tell what's her blood. She can't tell what's her blood and what's just covering her.
You made me bleed my own blood.
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
All right. So at the top of the order, before Daffy goes, so the Goliath that fell into the water, is the blood. He is going to take some damage from, or sorry, he's going to make a con save. But Daffy, you can go ahead and take your turn.
Okay. Well, I'm ready to kill this biatch. So, got my short sword.
All right.
Let's attack her.
Nice.
I'm definitely taking that. Oh, do I need to take that D8?
Yep, you could roll an extra D8.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. Nice.
Yeah.
As you hear Willie Capshaw over on the side, she's like, la 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 la, doing kind of her best Yoko Ono impression. She's just, she's a terrible singer. So you add a 3 to your 13, and that is plenty to hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Get her. Get her.
Oh, come on. Is that going to do it?
Do you want to add smite or anything? I'm just asking. I'm not going to tell you what's going to kill her or not. I'm just asking if you'd like to smite with it.
Yes.
All right. Go ahead and add your... Yeah, because I don't know that you've ever used your smite.
I've not, but
worst
now
paladin
seems
ever.
like a pretty good time.
That's all right. You know what,
so
Daffy doesn't get very upset very often. So go ahead and add your smite. I think you got to cast it as a spell. It'll tell you how much more to add to it.
Okay, I think it's just a 1d6, but let me see. There we go. Oh, it's more than I thought.
Oh, Searing Smite. Nice. Okay, so you do an extra... We don't even need to work in the extra con save or anything. So an extra 10 damage on top of that. Tell me how you kill her.
I just stick the short sword right through her stupid face.
So Priestess Achi, she raises from the blood. She runs over, drops the guy into the blood, and then Salazar zaps her a couple of times with the Eldritch Blast. Daffy, you finish her off. You shove your short sword right through her face, and do you pull it back out, or do you leave? Like, what else? Give you a little bit more. Is it just tink,
yeah,
tink,
I'll
dead?
pull it back out, and I'll just brandish it about with a little bit of flair.
Excellent. Nice. So you give it a little whip and get some of that blood off the end of your sword.
A
Excellent.
weep, as my friend Agnomeio would say.
Yeah. And the priestess falls backwards into the bloody liquid here. Daffy, roll me a perception check.
Okie dokes. All right, perception.
16, that'll be enough. You notice that there is, as you're kind of watching her fall into this blood, she makes this huge splash. She's a huge creature, and you see that there's actually some sort of maybe a door or like a metal grate or something at the bottom of this that it doesn't seem to be draining the blood, but it definitely seems to lead somewhere. All right. Anything else? I think that's probably it. Yeah.
I'm going to tell the rest of the gang what I just saw.
Sure.
I just want to make sure that they're also aware.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yes.
So we are still in combat here. McShweta is going to use... she's going to use her turn to kind of grab this this Goliath and try to drag her out towards... the side here. The UNT purebloods that were controlling the mechanisms, they are going to flee. But Agnomeio, they're going to have to get past you in order to do so.
Aha! My time to shine.
All right, so you are up.
Right, well. I will not let these evildoers pass before my sight. And it's time to get stabby.
It's time to get stabby.
It's stabby.
Nice. She looks defiantly in your eyes as she's trying to run past you.
Oh,
and
no.
8 won't do it.
Oh, okay. Second attack. Wow, I am rolling so badly tonight.
I know. Oh my gosh.
Oh no!
You know what?
I would throw away these dice if they were physical dice.
Worst dice. There are actually mods out there where you could put a dice in like a dice jail. That's so unfortunately an 8 and a 10, I can't even kind of give it to you.
I didn't think you could.
Yeah. No. Anything else?
No, I am just going to hang my head ashamedly.
All right. So this UNT, the one that was involved with Short Drowned, he actually was able to kill the Malison by himself. Willie Capshaw, seeing that your couple of stabs at this UNT Pureblood failed, she's actually going to grab her lute that she's been kind of playing on. She's going to spin around backwards and kind of swipe at the Pureblood's legs and trip her up. She is now prone on the ground next to you. The other Malison, the one that retreated into the back, he's still potentially there. And then Alessio, you're up.
Jesus. Given my low health, man, I don't even know what to do right now. I think what I'll do is I'll kind of walk across the wall here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to go up too far in case there's something around that corner waiting for me.
Sure.
And with so little hit points, I don't want anything to attack me and jump me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to kind of stay here along the wall and do a long range attack onto the
Pureblood there?
Evil woman. There you go, right above Salazar.
Sure. Yep, her name is Talash.
Talash.
Yes.
Well, Talash is about to get a short bow to her head.
I sure hope so.
Let me just use a regular arrow here, not my unbreakable one. So I get my short bow, and okay, an attack. Oh, it was a 17. You.
A 16 will still hit. A 16 will still hit. Good. Yep. Go ahead and roll damage.
Let me roll my damage. Nice.
All right. With 8. So an 8 will be enough. And she is going to, you shoot her, you get an arrow directly into her stomach. She falls to her knees and she says, "I die for Helix." And then she pulls a knife out of her back pocket and she slits her own throat and collapses to the floor.
Well, that was dramatic for no reason.
That is
okay.
We're in a room full of with a giant pool of blood. Dramatic for no reason is kind of on the table.
That's their whole aesthetic.
Alessio kind of looks over and is like, "Damn, I'm dark, and that's kind of dark for me."
Like, settle down.
Settle down now.
All right, Salazar, you're up. There's one Pureblood down here to the south. That's the only enemy left at the moment.
How many of the people that are frozen, like how many of them are left? I know the girl that Shweta just dragged out.
So there's still the one big guy is still under the blood. He was not pulled up or anything like that, so he's still potentially drowning. But there were 4 prisoners total. 3 of them have been freed, and 2 of them are awake.
Is the big guy, is he been freed? He's just not awake?
Correct. Sorry, the other one is a Goliath female, and she is not awake. She is like glazed over.
Okay. Let me make sure I'm within distance, but I also have the awake ability that Daffy had as well. So, let me just make sure it's not a distance thing. 60 feet, so I probably should move a little.
That'll be close enough. Yep.
Okay. I'll say awake and then towards her.
Excellent. So she is going to actually the let's just see. No problem. So she actually no, I'm sorry. I take it back. She actually should have woken up as soon as that woman slit her own throat. She was the one keeping her under that spell. So you can take your spell slot back.
Okay.
The Goliath kind of her eyes unglaze, and she's standing there, just, what is happening? And she is totally confused.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, in that case, I'll use my spell to attack this other one. This is like the
perfect.
One that's left, right? Okay,
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I will go ahead and Eldritch Blast her.
Sure.
All right. First one. Oh, come on.
You know what though? At this point,
I didn't have my D8s yet.
Oh yeah, perfect. Actually, well, her DC is an 11, so with a D8 you will definitely hit. Okay. So go ahead and roll damage.
There you go.
Okay, so that was just the D8. That's not damage. Okay, let me try.
All right.
Oh, wait, how do I just roll damage?
You just did, right? One. Oh no.
No, I did the D8. I did the D8 thing.
Let's just do this. I'll just do it. I think it's there's a way to do it. I don't remember.
I'll take that.
Yeah. 10 damage. Perfect.
Oh, man,
that is enough. She is injured and she is fallen down to the carpet. She is currently knocked prone. What would you like to do?
I have another blast. So.
Okay. So you'll have advantage on this attack.
Right. I don't. Oh, advantage is twice. Okay, let me just.
That's all right. 21 hits.
Okay.
All right. With an 8. So you are able to basically just tell me how you kill her. I'll let that be you. I don't need to describe everything.
I mean, she's over there alone. She can't sacrifice herself or slit her own throat. I just want to be a very anticlimactic death. I just want to be like, no, you don't deserve your little moment like the last girl had. Like, no, you're gone.
Excellent. All right. So she dies in a very undramatic way as opposed to the other. All right. So we are now officially out of combat. The one Goliath is still drowning beneath the blood. And you don't know where the other guy went. So,
well, someone really needs to run over. I'm going to run over there and haul his giant ass out of the blood pool real quick, because
perfect.
We don't need him drowning.
I would actually say between you and Shyla, you guys are able to lift him, because he's very heavy. He's probably about 400 pounds. He's a big boy. So you guys are able to lift him back up and cut his bindings. And actually, after the other one died, he was still under the blood, and he started kind of just thrashing about a little bit before you guys lifted him out of the blood. He is totally covered, and he's looking at you, and he doesn't know what to make of you.
Why, hello, my friend. We will get you cleaned up in a moment, but first, let's get you out of those bindings. Not in a weird way, just as a politeness.
Where did the priestess go?
Oh, she's super dead. Cadaverific.
Ah, damn it. I wanted to kill her. All right. Did you kill her?
No, who killed her? Daffy killed her.
And he looks up at you, Daffy, and sees a tall, skinny female wood elf. And he just kind of nods to you and he says, surprising.
Are we not lizards anymore?
I'm sorry, you're totally right. You're a lizard. Sorry, I was picturing it in my head. You are totally still lizards, 100%. Okay. Still surprising. Right. Still a lizard surprising. I take it back. He looks at you and he says, good job.
I'll nod and say, I know.
And then he kind of runs over to the other Goliath. He says, Mageo, are you all right? And she says, yes, I'm fine. This peculiar creature broke me from my bindings. And Mixweta just kind of is looking very pleased with herself. Mixweta, she runs kind of over and she says, Where's Knobolas? Where's my friend Knobolas? Where'd Nobby?
Mixweta, do you not recognize me?
And she walks over. You look much different, but... And she kind of looks at your pecs, and she's like, there's something familiar about you.
I'm much more handsome than ever.
Like a couple of steaks slammed into a salami casing.
So, Indiana Gnomes, he kind of walks over and he says, all right. If he says, sorry. Well, he's a UNT now, so he's got a different voice, but he says, if we're all done with the pleasantries here, we were very wrong. Thorak is not free. He is captured, and this is a big problem. There is much more going on than we thought. We need to get to the top of the ziggurat, and we need to do it fast. All right.
Rock and roll. Let's
Wait, remind me who. Wait, Thorak is the
dragon.
That's the dragon. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Thorak is not here for the return of Halix.
He is, but he is here
willingly.
He is here. I'm not sure why. He's tied up. He's restrained. There's these big metal cuffs on his ankles, and he is at the top of the ziggurat. At this point, Volok, the male Goliath, he comes up. He says, "Friends, thank you for saving me and saving Mageo here. We will go collect the other Goliaths. If you intend to fight the dragon, we will join you. We will fight our way to the top of the ziggurat, and we will meet you there."
Well, that begs the question: does the dragon want to be fought, or does he want to be set free? I guess we'll have to find that out.
On the next episode, I'm just kidding.
On the next episode.
Well, we're gonna go like 5 more minutes. So
all right.
So to answer your question, so Indy says, I have no idea what Thorak wants, but you're welcome to ask him. The little gnome, the little jungle gnome, he says, "Hey everybody, has anybody seen my flare gun? Does anybody see it's like a little tube and it's got an explosive in it. Does anybody see that anywhere?"
I'm gonna walk over. Also, I don't think anyone's cut him free yet. I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
Correct. Yeah, that's true. You guys woke him up and just left him there. Yeah, that's all right. You were busy. He says,
"Thanks for a while, but does anyone know where my gun is?"
he says, if we find that gun, we can call in support. There's more of us, and we can help with the dragon.
Oh,
okay.
Gnome Commandos.
But you got to find the gun. He says it works. You shoot it towards the sky, and it will make like a big firework, and that's all you have to do.
Do you remember the last time you saw it? Was it on your person before you got shackled to the wall?
It was. It was when I was captured. They took it from me, and then next thing I knew, I was breathing in this weird smoke, and then I was here.
We should
check the bodies of all the creatures we killed.
Let's check this room over here. Wait, did you guys check this room? Do you see that? Did the raiders see anything over in here? Any flare guns?
So I think we should definitely check the bodies of everyone who's dead.
All right, so let's do this. So we're gonna do while you are checking the bodies, you are going to find actually quite a bit of gold on these different various creatures. So not only are they making sacrifices to Halix, but part of their whole religion is to acquire wealth so that you can buy slaves and sacrifice them. So you are able to find approximately 534 gold pieces across all of these, and including a small stash that you found at the base of the altar from the priestess. You also find several gem pieces, all emeralds, and 1 blue sapphire, totaling probably about 1,300 gold pieces between all of them.
Wow.
1,300 plus the 500?
Yep.
So 1,300 plus 5. Wow.
Man, we
Wow.
going to Sizzler. We're going to Sizzler.
It's like Applebee's.
Right. Applebee's. We're going to Olive Garden. Get that chicken salad, or you can eat the breadsticks.
So we're gonna make a couple of decisions here. You have found Daffy noticed the something in the blood. There was the one guy who escaped up to the north, and then Agnomeio, you were just asking about the room to the south. So Short Drown actually answers you, and he says there's a hatch there. I'm not sure where it leads, but it seems to head towards the ziggurat.
Oh, cool.
Oh, okay.
So
that's useful.
Let me ask you guys a question. Do you want? Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, I'm just gonna say, is that the way south or the way north?
So the room that the raiders emerged from has a giant wooden, think of like a bulkhead, that seems to lead underground. And it's on the side of the temple facing the ziggurat, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's going there. You don't know. And neither do the raiders. They were investigating down there when they came out. So do you guys want to see what was going on with the guy that escaped potentially, or no? Do you want to keep moving?
I think we should head that way, because I'm wondering if that's where we're going to find this flare gun. It's either there or under the blood, probably.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I was definitely thinking in the pool when he got dropped in there for a hot minute. I don't know if anyone wants to dive back in there. I'm not sure how that works, but.
Well, we mentioned that. I think, didn't Daffy see that there's a way to drain the pool? Like, it seems like there's a way to.
I think I just saw the hatch, not like an actual way to drain it. Yeah.
So what you saw specifically under the blood was a black steel, I think like cast iron grate. But this is a grate that stuff could flow through, and it's not currently draining. So maybe it leads somewhere, maybe it's clogged, who knows? All you know is that there is definitely something below it, and it kind of disappears. You couldn't see a ton because it's filled with blood.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of privy to the fact that I don't want to see where the pool of blood goes.
you know, that's a pretty good instinct. I will admit.
Yeah.
Now I'm
just wondering, before we head south, should we see what this room is up in the north here that's kind of hidden? I mean,
I dig it.
You might. Maybe they take the belongings of the prisoners and kind of store them up here. Maybe we find the flare gun. Not really sure. So,
sure. Let's give it a go.
All right.
I'm just thinking, while we're here, before we go into that trap door and see what's going on, maybe we should just kind of fully investigate what's going on up here.
Sure. So why don't you all make me an investigation roll to see what you find in this room? And then Alessio, being as how you're our resident rogue, I'm gonna drag you up here.
Okay.
So
I got a nat 20.
Nat 20, excellent. All right, we'll address that in a moment. So Alessio, there is a kind of a back room at the top of this temple, and it is locked. There is a wooden door. It is locked. There's it's like a handle, but it's whatever. The door is locked. Do you want to try to pick it, or do you tell me what you want to do?
Let me use my thieves' tools and try to pick it.
All right. It appears to be locked from the inside.
Okay.
All right. And while you're rolling that, so with the rest of you, so Agnomeio, you rolled a 23. Daffy, you rolled a 13. Knobolas, you rolled nothing yet. Did we lose? Oh, we lost Nobby.
Oh.
Or he just turned off his video, I guess.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know, but whatever. So you're not going to roll better than a nat 20 anyway. So Agnomeio, I'll tell you this, and then we'll address Alessio's 21 to pick the door, which is totally going to work.
Yep.
So Agnomeio, you're looking around the room, and you see a couple of things. First, in the top right corner of the room, you notice that there are a number of chains tied to boulders with these metal collars that you've seen the slaves kind of walking around the city with, dragging the boulders behind them. Obviously, if you guys didn't kind of figure it all out during the fight, you've investigated the mechanisms behind the dunking situation, and there's nothing more to that. There is a sleeping quarters up in the top left, but there doesn't appear to be anybody up there. And then you guys actually managed to find all of the gold in here. So the main item that you see is a number of boulders with the chains. Now, Alessio, you were able to pick this lock. Are you going in there alone, or do you want to bring anybody with you?
I'm going to need somebody with me because I have very low health, so I'm going to need someone to help me out here.
All right. Is there any...
Just in case there's a monster in the closet here, guys.
Mm-hmm.
I will never not charge into a room.
I was going to say, is there any reason to think that everybody wouldn't be going with you?
No, I'm just,
Cool.
if anyone else was busy, I just wanted to make sure.
If anybody's busy. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right. So you open the door.
Love you guys.
Inside of this back room, what you see is the UNT Malison that you saw run away. Is there a reason that's not lighting up? That's weird. Oh, because it's behind. So the UNT Malison that you saw run away is dead. He is laying on top of a giant stone slab, and he has clearly taken his life. There's a very ornate dagger that is stuck into his chest, and there is blood just coming just everywhere in this room. It is all over the floor, seeping into the rug, dripping down the sides of this altar, and he has killed himself. However, you do also find something else in this room, and it's a picture of the city of Helexia from, it's like a drawing, like an architectural drawing of the entirety of the city. But on top of this probably pretty expensive map is, I guess you would call it like a magical sigil. Somebody has taken a paintbrush with some blood and drawn a giant circle across this whole map, and there's all these little arcane runes drawn into the inside of the circle.
Oh.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I mean, that's got to be something. Is this a chest here on the southern wall?
It's not. It's a table. That's actually where you found the map.
Oh, that's the map? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So first thing I do is, because being the dark son of a bitch I am, I'm gonna go over to this to the guy that killed himself and take this dagger out of his chest. And,
Excellent.
And put it in into my my person here.
Okay.
If it's ornate, it might be kind of a cool thing to have.
Mm-hmm.
I want to add that, and then I think we should grab this map and see if there's anyone that could decipher it to see if that could, possibly help us get into an easier path to get up to into Helexia and the dragon.
Is anybody here trained in Arcana?
Yes. Anybody
like
have a
proficient in Arcana?
Weirdly enough, I am.
I remembered that, but I wasn't sure. Yeah.
I'm only a +1. What are you, Agnomeio?
I'm a +6.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
I don't do magic, but I know a lot about it for some reason.
All right, why don't you go ahead? All right, I think you read my mind.
That was only an 11.
That's okay. All right, so the only thing that you can really tell is that this sigil seems to be representing some sort of necromantic rune. But that's all that you could really tell.
All right.
Okay.
Cool.
So we're going to end the session in just a moment, but I'd like you guys to let me know, as far as leaving here, are you going out the front door? Are you going in the southern bulkhead, or are you going through the blood?
I think
I don't want to go through the blood, because that's so metal. That's just so metal.
I guess that's what we're doing.
Didn't you say before you want to go through the bulkhead? Now you want to go through the blood?
Oh, well, I mean, either or, but come on. Blood Great? That sounds like a death metal album.
Blood Great.
Blood Great.
Blood Great. I don't know, but listen, before we do anything, we need to still try to find, I don't know, which path do you think we'll find the gnome's flare gun? Because I feel like we're going to need that.
I feel like the blood is probably where we're going to find it, if I had to guess. But
I would tend to agree. So, okay.
Into the blood!
Into the blood we go? I mean, does everybody agree? I don't know.
No, but I'll follow you guys.
All right.
I'm already covered in blood, so might as well.
Love it.
Yeah, everyone's gotten a taste of it, I guess. Jeez.
All right. So as you all wade into the pool of blood, you're able to remove the grate easy enough. You're all actually, you all can't remove the grate, but one of the Goliaths walks over and does it one-handed. No problem. So
badass.
They kind of toss it into the actually, you know what? He walks over, he drops it on top of the priestess's body. So, and then y'all jump into the unknown. And I will say that your ability to breathe underwater as lizard folk, and you're only disguised, by the way, and actually, Clifton, at this point, your disguise would be about wearing off. So it's up to you whether you would like to renew it or not.
You want to stay the Messiah?
That's why we're covered in blood. No one's going to believe anything we say, so let's let it wear off. It's fine.
Okay. All right, so you will revert back to your lizard self. All 5 of you jump into the the pool of blood. Booker kind of wags his little tail, swimming after you, and your ability to breathe underwater. Nope. Actually, McShweta. That's a good point. So McShweta is actually gonna look at you, Knobolas, and she's wondering what she should do.
Would you like to join us? We've missed you.
She says, "How will I breathe under the blood?"
Oh, does she not have the abilities like we do?
Nah, she can't breathe underwater.
This is like, why is this deja vu where we're just letting her go and, find us later? I can't do that again.
Well, she's with the Raiders this time, at least.
She's with the Raiders. It's all right, man.
All right. Take care of what you have to.
All right, so you tell her to go off with the Raiders?
Yep, let's do it.
Okay. All right, so you ask the Raiders, hey, will you take care of McShweta? She's not like other Knolls. She's a little different, and they agree to take her along with her. And for now, like the fourth time, all 5 of you jump down into the bloody grate and disappear underneath the crimson goo. The thick crimson liquid. And we will find out where that leads you guys next week on Dungeons and Drams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, this was an episode tonight. I was loving it.
This definitely was.
Yeah. That was it's always funny how much longer battles take than I expect them to. But it was good.
You didn't die.
You guys did great. I loved that you did like all the things. Like you didn't just be like, fuck them, they're dying. So you actually managed to save everybody too. Well, whatever. We can talk about that later. But thank you guys all for playing. I had a great time, and thank you everybody who's watching both now and in the future. And make sure to check out all of the links down in the description, and join us here for next week as we find out where they go.
Cheers!
Cheers, everybody.
Happy St. Patrick's.